Hey guys, this is me Aniket, and as you have already read the title, I assume this video is going to be upon me explaining how do we hold physics by its throat and make sure that we do get 150 plus in NEET. Are you guys with me? I hope you guys are, because if you are, then grab a popcorn, grab a seat, and enjoy this journey of me explaining how to study physics exactly. And don't worry, by the end of this video, I'm pretty sure many things are going to get cleared in your own head. I was one of you guys, I was confused on how to study physics, but after 2 years of experience, my experience has helped me know a lot of new things, and I have put all of them in this video, and I hope that this would come in handy for all of you guys, and if it does, please let me know in the comments. I would stop talking now and let's get right into this video. We'll start by talking about NCERT, a book that many aspirants avoid during preparing for physics, and many aspirants do just stick to NCERT for preparing to physics. Both of them are wrong because NCERT is required, but only to an extent. So I'll draw the line here and show you guys till where NCERT is actually required. NCERT can be used for noting down the formulas of a given chapter and knowing the concepts that are given in a chapter that can be asked directly in NEET, obviously, because NCERT में कोई भी concept दिया हो, you should be knowing. So that's very important. The third thing being that graphs can be directly asked in NEET. In 2020, a graph came from current electricity chapter, and in 2021 a graph came related to magnetic field. So graphs are very important and they come directly from NCERT. Fourth thing being, you need to solve exercise questions of NCERT. It is very important because I have, while preparing for NEET, solved exercise questions and found direct exercise questions that have been actually asked in NEET. Yes, directly. Like even in 2020 एक direct question आया था. I do not recall this year though, but there is a good chance कि question आ जाए directly from NCERT book. So you should be aware of the exercise questions. I've given a few examples of graphs that can be asked directly in NEET because they are very interesting. The first thing being the electric field and the potential graph. If you haven't seen the graph, it's going to be tricky for you guys, but if you have seen, it's going to be a direct simple question. Then we see another graph from electrostatics chapter. We see three graphs actually, and then we also see three graphs from current electricity chapter. These three graphs are very important, by the way. They can definitely be asked in NEET. I have seen these graphs being asked so many times in my mock tests, so it's very important to realize that graphs can be directly asked. The next that you guys can see is an image of that I've taken from my NCERT book about convection. So this is basically a theoretical topic. I wanted to show you guys that there are many theoretical topics too in NCERT. So you should at least read them twice or thrice. So you should go through the theoretical topics as well and do highlight the points as I've done. It's going to be very boring to go through theoretical topics in physics again and again, trust me. It shows that इससे ज़्यादा और NCERT के पीछे मत भागो, बस यहाँ तक रखो, and that should be sufficient for your NEET. Now we'll talk about short notes and formulas. Well, this is very important because personally I feel that short notes के बिना physics में score करना बहुत tough हो जाता है. That's why I had made 2-3 notebooks just for writing down the formulas and making short notes of a chapter, because you can't read a physics chapter bar again from the start. It's a lot of tasks. You would understand when there's just 2 months left for NEET and you have 30 chapters of physics. You can't just open NCERT, open this book, that book. It's going to get real messy. So what I did was I made 2-3 notebooks just for making for formulas and notes, and that was about it. I just read those notes again and again, and well, that worked out pretty well. It would work out for every one of you guys, I can assure you that. So I would definitely make sure to make another video on how to make short notes, especially for physics, because this is really important, and I feel that a major aspect of scoring in physics is making notes. So I'll definitely make sure to make another video. The next thing coming is previous year questions. This is so important. You need to, as I mentioned while making short notes, I also wrote down the formulas used in every previous year question till at least 2016. so that I would know कि इस topic से इस formula पे questions आए हुए हैं for NEET. And also I had solved JEE mains के previous year questions, at least मेरे last year के, that was 2020 के questions, just to be in the safer side, you know. It's no harm in practicing tougher questions, but the key point being कि once you have already gone through the previous year questions for NEET, I had gone through the previous year questions for NEET 5 to 10 times at least, and after which only I thought कि JEE mains के भी एक दो बार कर लेने चाहिए. Very helpful, and I would definitely recommend, and I would insist honestly on practicing previous year questions. Very important, and please do not skip that. The next thing being, you need to be habituated to practicing time bound questions, because during the exam, and even at least, and especially during this time when there's 200 questions in 180 minutes, you need to be very quick, and there's no scope for being slow in this rat race. So you need to be ready beforehand. So to do that, practice questions in a time bound manner, take a timer and practice at least 45 questions in an hour. Usually many people recommend 60 questions in an hour, that is one question per hour, but I would say an average of 45 questions, because if you take a very highly numerical chapter, it's impossible to score 45 questions in an hour, honestly. But if you take a very theoretical chapter like atomic physics, then it's definitely easy to score 60 questions in an hour. So an average of 45 questions in an hour is definitely is the minimum, bare minimum. So to reach that level, you need to be practicing objective questions regularly and in a time bound manner. Take a stopwatch in your phone, put an alarm or something, and just put yourself in an exam like environment and practice questions. That's very helpful, and it is required for physics. The work that you put in right now is definitely going to help you guys in the future. So take my word for it. Now we're going to talk about YouTube. Yes, no, this is not an entertainment section of this video, but instead you could actually study physics in very detailed manner through YouTube. For those who do not use coaching, or for those who even do use coaching but have doubts in topics that cannot be explained well in their certain or specific coaching, definitely do come to YouTube and use this platform. There are three important channels that I had used in my preparation, and the first one being Physics Wala. Any doubt that I had, I would straight up search the topic and write Physics Wala with it, and the video would come up. And sir explained in such a good manner that it became really easy to solve questions from NEET. Even JEE mains के questions solve हो जाते थे. The next channel being Physics Galaxy. Very important and very innovative channel, I would say, because they have made studying physics quick and effective. I had learned about this channel pretty late after my syllabus was over, but that's when I would recommend also using Physics Galaxy, because it helps in revising all the chapters very easily. The next channel that I also found pretty helpful was Neet Physics Quota. So if you want to study a topic for the first time, use Physics Wala, or if you want to revise a certain topic, use Physics Galaxy and Neet Physics Quota. That's my recommendation. Now we are going to talk about the reference books that can be used for preparing for physics. I used Akash modules, frankly, and I did not touch any other book. So Akash or Allen modules are definitely enough, because they pretty much ask questions from every possible topic that can be asked in your exam. So you already have an idea कि हाँ इतने सारे topics है और इतने सारे questions at least दो तीन बार practice कर लो, and there you go, you're done with this chapter. And you do not need to go for 100 sources or 200 sources, because honestly in physics you need to take one book and stick to the book throughout your 2-year journey, because if you go for many sources, you can obviously get 1,000 new questions, but you'll get time to practice once each question. But if you stick to one source, you're going to get 100 questions, obviously, but you can practice each question 10 times. The next thing being previous 33-year-old NEET questions. I had bought this book in the last 2 months, and I just wanted to make sure that I practice each and every question dating back to the 1990s. So I bought that book and it was very helpful. So I would definitely recommend. The next books being H.C. Verma and D.C. Pandey. You might have heard those books, pretty famous books and pretty good books, definitely. I had my hands on H.C. Verma once, but honestly, I felt that it was just too much for me, so I did not exactly use that book. But since everyone recommends it, I would have to mention it in this video because H.C. Verma and D.C. Pandey definitely are gonna help to building your concepts in physics. So if you are a NEET aspirant who has just started studying for physics, DC Pandey and HC Verma is going to be helpful. But if you are already in 12th, then I would not recommend starting HC Verma right now because it's going to be a lot of work and there's no point to it. So that concludes this video. I hope you guys have a clearer perspective on what to do for physics and how to score 150 plus, because if you follow whatever I said here, I can assure you, man, 150 plus is the minimum we're talking. We can go all up till 160, 170. So please be consistent, be focused, be motivated in life, and make sure to like and subscribe for more such videos. And also, if you guys subscribe to me now, when counseling is over and when I get into a good college, you can also see and follow me in my journey to this mystical land of MBBS government college. So if you guys are interested in seeing a perspective of a first year MBBS student, do subscribe now. Don't get late because many others will join before you then. And also make sure that you guys comment, because आप लोगों के कमेंट को देख के ही मेरा दिन बेटर हो जाता है. And also please comment on what videos you would like me to post, because I'm definitely going to read each and every one of them and get many new ideas and also post these videos for you guys. So it's a win-win situation between us. So please make sure to comment, like and subscribe, and I am over and out. Peace.